We have our next speaker, and it is Miss Ashton Wells. Ashton is the Community Development Manager of the American Cancer Society in Kansas City. Ashton?
Yes, and Ashton, we need you. There we go. And put your sound on. There we go.
I don't come on camera until I speak because I don't need to share anything. I don't have any slideshows.
That's good. Okay.
But I hope you guys can all hear me. My internet at my home is not always 100%. But yeah, I'm here today representing the American Cancer Society, and I have been very privileged to know Peggy and Brett since I started here in 2018, I think is the year I started. And really my message is just one of gratitude to all of you. As Peggy kind of mentioned kind of the background with ACS earlier, but just she was the one that pushed ACS to make sure that we included men in breast cancer and that we made sure we were continuing to look into it and tell people about it. And kind of from that, we have a couple of different things that you guys have been so involved in. First of all is our Making Strides Against Breast Cancer events across the country. And I know that at various events, you guys have had a presence as far as booths and handing out information, and we're just so grateful for that. And then also through our Real Men Wear Pink campaign, where men wear pink and promote breast cancer and raise funds for breast cancer programming and research for the American Cancer Society in the month of October. And so those are a couple of ways that you guys have given back. And the Real Men Wear Pink campaign is really cool because it's the main place that we get to tell people that men get breast cancer as well. And I can't tell you the number of guys that I've talked to throughout my tenure that I say that to, and they're like, no way, like that can't happen. And I'm always like, oh yeah, no it can. And so it's just given us a really great outlet to be able to share that information. And I know also some of the people from the Male Breast Cancer Coalition have also served as what we call our Portraits of Hope, which are our survivor ambassadors for our events and the people we push out onto media platforms and things like that. And so I'm really grateful for that because you guys have helped us tell the male breast cancer story as well. And so lots of really cool, really great partnerships. Peggy had linked the information we have on our website to the chat, and I put it in there as well, I think. And so yeah, it's just really a message of gratitude. As you all know, and you guys probably have known this and talked about this today, but this year's a really weird year and it's really putting a lot of cancer research at risk. So if you are affiliated with those research organizations, just make sure you're continuing to engage with them. The stats I've heard is this one pandemic could put us 10 years back as far as breast cancer research is concerned, just with a lot of things being on hold, clinical trials being changed, funding for different research opportunities. So it's definitely a challenging year in the research world, and so we're monitoring that and continue to fight to press forward on that. So and as far as the American Cancer Society is concerned, I'm very much on the community side and not as much into like the nitty-gritty side. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them to the best of my ability, but I do not have the knowledge base of some of the doctors that have presented on this call.
Ashton, I have a question. If we have any gentlemen that are on this call, or even our gentlemen on the coalition, and they're located here in the United States, if they've had either trouble connecting with their local ACS, would we be able to reach out to you and ask you to locate their person in their area that maybe they can work with and get and be part of the Real Men and get a presence in their state?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Peggy
how
has,
we connected. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Peggy's definitely done that before, and you guys are all welcome to do that. Peggy has my contact information, and I'll just drop my email here in the chat so you guys have it. But I'm happy to connect you guys to wherever you're located with whoever the correct partner is in that area. So I'm in the Kansas City area. I'm here locally, but we have these all over the country, and so I'm happy to connect.
And you've been
Thank you.
wonderful. Any other questions? There's Ron up here.
Yeah, I had the privilege of being one of the Real Men Wear Pink last year, and right now I'm helping the local chapter find some men to do it, and it was great, and it's great to have that partnership with the American Cancer Society. And we did get a lot of down here in Jacksonville. We got a lot of TV time and got the word out about male breast cancer. So yeah, I'd encourage any guy to do it for sure.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, and I will say one of the cool things I think that has come out of this partnership that I've noticed is that, you know, anytime we push out any kind of statistics on TV, we're very intentional. We never just include women. We always include men. We always include the male story as well. And so it's something that we're very consistently cognizant of and very much try and get the word out too. So I think that's a really cool thing that's come from this partnership too.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. Linda has a question.
I just wanted to add something, Ashton, about ACS. I am a volunteer with ACS CAN, the Cancer Action Network, and I'm the lead ambassador for my district here in California. And I feel like, if there's any men that are interested or anybody on this call, because I feel like getting the men's story out, I've lobbied in Sacramento and Washington, D.C. for 5 years now. This year we're doing it virtually in September. Yeah. But I think it's important for the men to have their voices heard to me, that's where my passion lies, because I think it's so important for us to get, to advocate and try to get more money and get like the metastatic breast cancer right now bill passed and things like that. So I just wanted to throw that out so people are aware of the Cancer Action Network arm of ACS.
Yeah, so what Linda is speaking about is there's a sister organization to the American Cancer Society. It's called the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, and I'll drop their website in the chat. But their whole focus is advocacy around issues that relate to cancer patients. So we have grassroots campaigns in every single of the 50 states that we work with, like the state legislatures, on a myriad of issues, from tanning bills to funding to, we just got Medicaid expansion passed in Missouri, which is super exciting. So we work on a variety of those issues. And then at the national level, they work really hard on some of those bigger bills, making sure the National Institute of Health includes cancer research in their budget and increases the funding for that. So that's a really cool organization that if you're interested in the political side of cancer advocacy, they're great to get connected with.
And I got to meet Mark, who's one of the Male Breast Cancer Coalition men in Washington, D.C. He was there from Hawaii. So I got to meet him in D.C. when we were advocating. So
yeah, so Linda gets to go to D.C. to advocate directly on behalf of ACS CAN to the California delegation there. So it's pretty cool. I'm jealous, Linda.
Absolutely. Linda's one of our best advocates, and herself and Pat Washburn are both paid the ultimate price, and Marlon and Bob are working from heaven for us right now.
Yeah.
Keep this going.
Yeah, it's advocacy is a huge part of what we do, right? Because, you know, ACS has limited resources, but the government has a whole lot more. So we got to hold them accountable.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. It is. Are there any other questions here for Ashton? Anyone else? All right, Nick is getting on. We thank you so much, Ashton, for, as usual, all your help.
You're doing. I appreciate it.
And again, we hope in April that we can all be together here for Mama Burgers in Kansas City. Would that be amazing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.